Hey, Dan from Veg here. We're at a property we helped design about 5.5 years ago now, and it was implemented, and the actual system's been up and running for about 5 years. So I'll show you what's been going on. First up, just check out this raised bed. We recommended that quite close to the house here, and that's for intensive veggies. And at the end, there's a worm farm. So worms go in here and produce high quality worm castings, and the juice from the worm farm, the worm pee, accumulates in a bucket here. We actually usually put that back in the worm farm and let it cycle through again just to make sure it's got all the good bugs in it, but it's so close to the garden, so easy to tip onto the garden. Anyway, let's get a feel for the lay of the garden as a whole. We've got some lovely natives that are quite well established on a steep slope just behind this raised veggie bed. A few perennial herbs underneath the hills hoist. Oh yeah, come and check out the food. This is a food forest area. So there's a pond. And there's a peach tree there and apricots, and you can sort of see the layers, you know, like you've got an apricot that's just been pruned, comfrey underneath, some currants. That's generally what's happening over here. You can see a few different trees. We've got a greenhouse here connected to the chicken house. Actually, come and have a look at the straw yard. I've just had a bit of a pruning session, so there's bits of fruit tree lying everywhere. But you can see a lovely straw yard here. The chickens have just come in for the evening, and there's a nice layer of leaves that they're scratching through and adding manure to, and debugging, weeding and de-weed seeding, turning into lovely compost. Some of the best soil in the gardens at the bottom of that straw yard. Past a little pond. This is where you collect the eggs. Just reach in through old lawnmower catches. Lovely, we'll take some of those down later. And we've got a main crop garden area here, so there's 4 large terraces producing quite a lot of food. There's a large water tank at the top of the property, and that gravity feeds. And check this out, this is gravity. That's good pressure. About 7 metres of fall from the tank to the house. Now there's an avocado I wanted to show you over here. On the south side of the yard, a whole lot of avocados forming, which the owner Kim's really excited about. And we've got a beehive next to the avocado, and you can see the comfrey growing underneath. Really lovely herbaceous plant, rich in minerals, goes really well under the fruit trees. Alright, let's go and have a look in the orchard. So this is a orchard on a slope, and we've got a few things going on here. Just had a major late summer prune today, so there's a lot of prunings on the ground. There's about 25 or so fruit trees in here. We've brought them down in size to be more manageable and easier to net. Basically, we made it so you can reach all parts of the tree. But a few things that are going on is we've got swales, a couple of swales which are ditches dug along the slope which help infiltrate water, and they've done an amazing job. The soil here was really poor when we started, and by using a whole combination of techniques it's come a heck of a long way. Another beehive in here, and you can see it's not just fruit trees. We've got comfrey, there's wormwood, you can see the stumps here. This is a stump of a fast growing tree legume, Tagasasti, that grew abundantly for 4 years, and then as the fruit trees have grown into the space, they've been taken out. They're sacrificial support species, or nurse or pioneer species. Their work is done. They were basically cut back to nothing without remorse, because they were planted as sacrificial species. Their work is done, and the system evolves further forward. Oh, check out the duck pond. So the beautiful, I think they're Peking ducks, they avail themselves of a nice swim in the pond. You can see the colour of the water up here. You know why it's that colour? It's full of duck poo. And I can reach in, I'm going to do this. I'm going to reach into the duck poo. Oh, actually, I think I've discovered that all I needed to do...
Ventilated it.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
It's actually really good for skin conditions. Yeah.
I'll show you, there's a little... You can see under here there's a little lever. I'll pull that up, it's a little gate valve. And then all we've got to do is follow the pipe. So we'll follow the pipe, which is taking that nutrient-rich water down here. Down here, you can see what they do is they just move the pipe every day to a different fruit tree, and that water and duck poo, a nice kind of poo smoothie, it spills out at the base of each fruit tree and gives it a real nutrient and water boost. And I guess we'll probably leave it there. It gives you a flavour of how the system's holding up to 5 years. Crazy food production, and it all comes about from permaculture design process, making connections and putting in a bit of design, initial maintenance, initial implementation work to reduce maintenance over time.
You can smell that fertility too.
I'm going to wash my hands.